welcome.
Hello.
So how's it been for you lately?
Very trying. I got back from America late yesterday, after 5.5 weeks there. So I feel
You feel terrific because you're here with Night Network TV. Robert, now let me take you back to the Love Cats, which is really sort of the first major video chart success for you.
Sort of, yeah.
I mean, tell me what...
Well, it was like the third one in a row of three. Up to that point, we'd never really made good videos. We'd made really boring videos. And then we met Tim Pope and we did Let's Go to Bed and The Walk, and the Love Cats sort of consolidated that period of the Cure. Yeah. With I don't know. It was a good video to make. It's good fun. It's just a party.
I mean, it's a very different feeling from the first, you know, the 17 Seconds and Primary, that sort of feel of music, and the video, for instance, The Forest and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, we had to find someone. When we changed, which was around Let's Go to Bed, when the group sort of broke up and there was just me and Lawrence, we had to find someone who would reflect that change, someone who was much more wayward than people we were used to dealing with, a very straight. Because I think we attracted a more morose kind of person. And Tim Pope, who I refer to as Pat from now on, because he made all the videos we're going to talk about, he had a sort of a slightly more demented side to him, which was good. He didn't treat us very seriously, which I liked as well.
Was he a fan?
He wasn't really, no. Because he thought, you see, that what we were portraying in the videos and what he'd seen, that's what we actually wanted, and he thought that we were a really gloomy bunch of people.
This is television.
So he wasn't really looking forward to working with us, but he thought we'd come along and see us because he liked The Forest and he liked Primary. And as soon as we met, we got on really well because he realised that I wasn't like he imagined I wasn't. And I didn't imagine that a film director who was actually working for a company could be so absurd. I thought they were all very serious and they took what they did very seriously. But he was good. He's still the same. He still doesn't sort of care about other considerations other than the video should be entertaining.
Do you think it was the video itself or your change in musical style which sort of brought you to being more of a sort of a chartable band?
They go hand in hand, really, because we couldn't have made the Love Cats video to a forest. So, I mean, obviously, depending on where you are, then the impact's going to be, you know, more musical or more visual. So, I don't know. The thing with Cure videos is they don't get shown very often on television. They never have done.
Why do you think?
I don't know. I really don't know, because people don't like us very much that run television stations.
There's plenty of fans out there, though.
Yeah, but they until we'd really released the compilation with all the videos on it, not many people had seen any of them. People didn't realise that we'd made videos up to them.
Now, Robert, to move on to In Between Days, tell me about this, because it's very... visually, there's not a great deal to sort of get your teeth into.
Not really, but it was the most dangerous video that we ever made, because whenever we start a video, I always go to Pat and he says to me, what do you imagine that the style, what do you want to get across in the video? And I say what it was. And with that one, I wanted it to look like an old Beatles film, and which you would never believe if you know.
What you mean in sort of like the Help sort of genre? That
yeah,
sort of...
just so it was in blue and white rather than black and white. I don't know. I mean, I know they're not in blue and white, but that's how I see them.
No, I think it is blue and white, isn't it?
Well, you must
we'll see in a minute.
Yes, you've got blue eyes as well. And he wanted to experiment with the camera in a shopping basket on a rope.
Shopping basket?
But it ended up they did it more professionally. They put it on a what are called Kirby wires they used at the circus. But the first time they did it and they weighted the camera wrong, and it came very close to ending all Cure videos. It missed my head by about this much. So I refused to do it for the next hour, and they got a stand-in who worked out all the shots, and then I was just standing around, you know, drinking socially, and I thought it would be quite good fun. You know. But it's my favourite video that we've done with him, because I think it complements the song better than any of the others, I think.
What about these coloured socks that suddenly enter your Help video?
Yeah, the only thing I never really understood about all the videos that we've made with Pat are those socks. And I remember at the time people were always asking why the socks, you know, what do they mean? And I have asked him repeatedly, and he doesn't know. See, we saw the finished version, it didn't have any socks on, and then we went to see a viewing of it, and it had socks all over it, and he didn't know why, but he did it, but didn't remember why.
Does he do a lot of social drinking?
He does a lot of anti-social drinking.
And there was a guitar on the end of, was it Simon's guitar? I mean, what am I saying, a camera?
A camera on the end of the guitar, yeah. Yeah, we did that trick again in the film that we made in Orange last year. But
which is out.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we had its premiere a few months ago. But they used a false guitar because obviously they had to bolt the camera, and I wouldn't let them do it to the guitars that we were playing. And it's got a different coloured strap on. Real lack of continuity because they did it as an afterthought. I shouldn't. I know. Like, I've really.
I tell you, Pap's numbers up here. I don't know.
That's the only bit of video cowboy trickery that he hasn't got away with because I noticed straight away.
Now, Robert, tell me about Close to Me.
My least favourite video that we ever made is not to look at, but the actual day that we spent shooting it. So I made the mistake. See, with Pap, sometimes he takes things very literally, and I said this song's supposed to communicate like a claustrophobia that would exist if you were in a wardrobe with lots of people that you didn't really like, and you're on a cliff edge.
But you with the band, I mean, they're all people...
I know that. And so he put us in a wardrobe on a cliff edge. But I mean, he didn't actually put us on a cliff edge, but he went better than that. He dumped us into a big tank full of hundreds of gallons of water that had been sitting in a fire. The only way you could get the water was to have a fire engine. It had been in there
trying to get rid of you
for over 2.5 weeks. Well, he wasn't, but when we were in there, because it was quite cold and everyone had been safely drinking again, you can imagine what was going on. It's really revolting. So that's why it was my least favourite. In fact, everyone was ill after that.
No one was sick in the wardrobe?
No, although it's pretty close to it, though. There's some things which are worse than sick, but then we don't want to talk about that.
Because this is TV and we're clean. But when you were actually filming it, were you actually around when it was going over the cliff?
No, because that was done early in the morning. The only time they could get permission to do it was when there was very few people around. And my sort of devotion to the video doesn't stretch to getting up at 5 in the morning.
What time do you normally get up?
I very rarely get up before midday, but then I don't go to bed before 5, so I live sort of the wrong way around. I've just grown used to it through work, mainly.
What's that, through being on the road?
Hello. Not really, just through mainly through studios, because we've always worked at nights in studios. I just prefer it. I like being able to walk outside and there's not many people around, whereas if you work during the day, particularly in London, there's always a lot of people.
And, you know, Close to Me, what's the actual song about, the song itself?
That was just like days when you wake up and you just wish at the end of the day that you hadn't, because you haven't done anything, it's just been a trial.
God, let me out. Come on, back out the cupboards now. We're back in here with Robert Smith. Now, Robert, I did like your hair in that video.
I didn't. That was awful. I don't like it now either.
Why not?
It's too... I don't know.
I like it. It's good length. It's good length.
It's too long. I cut it all off last year because I reached the same sort of state of mind I'm in at the moment. It's too much trouble and it's so hot and it's sort of...
Who cuts it?
It's only through vanity that I keep it long. Who cuts it all off? Anyway.
Mary?
No, I did one night. And I got up the next day and I didn't remember I'd done it. It wasn't a very horrifying experience. I must admit, when I cut it, I regretted it for about 5 weeks, but then it sort of grew back. I don't know, it's just, it's nice to have a change every now and again. I think I'll probably cut it off again soon.
What, like, as soon as you get out of here?
Yeah.
John, wipe away the memory.
In the lift. Yeah, I'll come out the lift and I'll be a new man.
Give us a look. But what does Mary think about all this? Mary, you're long... Well, how long have you been going back with Mary now?
About 13 years, I think.
She's Betty Boop to you, isn't she?
Yeah.
You haven't got your T-shirt tonight?
No, I thought I'd dress up for this.
Well, it's damn nice.
It's a very new shirt, this. Looks it, doesn't it?
Where'd you get it?
I bought it specially creased.
Yeah. Who made it?
I've no idea. Actually, it isn't really mine, it's Simon's.
But, OK, to go on from what I think is a great video onto probably my favourite, Boys Don't Cry. Now, this one, you've got yourself lined up with what looks like your nephews or something. Yeah.
No, we wanted... Because that was the original line-up of the group. It was me, Lawrence and Michael Dempsey playing bass, and we hadn't seen him for a long time. And I thought, as we were re-releasing Boys Don't Cry after a period of, like, 6 or 7 years, and we'd never made a video for it.
When did it first?
Well, it was like the second single we ever released, I think. It's like about 1979.
Well, it's quite weird to sort of have a single that you released that long ago and then have a success with it.
When we first released it, I thought it would do really well, and it didn't. And then when we've re-released it because of the singles album, and I re-sang it, I just wanted to make a film that would go with it. And it just proved the point. There wasn't the song, it's just like the how people perceive the group. But that's obviously not. So we just wanted Michael back. But when I looked at the three of us, it just looked really stupid to sing that song.
From? Where did you get the kids from?
We just invited a load of kids of a certain age along to a dance studio, and we had them all sit down and drum, and then Lowell picked out the one he thought most looked like him. I mean, he flattered himself, because if he really had picked someone out who looked like him, well, no one exists that looks like him anyway. And so we each did the same, and so we picked someone out who we thought brought our character out best.
Tell me, how long did it get you to get that kid doing that bit with the guitar?
He did it very naturally. I was just laughing. There's always something in Pat's videos. It's at the end bit when Lowell's eyes are red. It's really tacky. It's like that bit out of Star Wars when they're all in the bar.
But you did that in between days as well, didn't you?
Yeah. He always throws something in, knowing that I'm going to loathe it. It's his way of getting.
So who has? I mean, out of the band, who has the final say when it comes to videos then?
Well, we all agree up to a point, and I sort of end up deciding. I usually do anyway. The others are too lazy.
Because you didn't do too badly out of that. I thought the guy that you had representing you was, he looked quite cool. I thought it wasn't.
Yes, cooler than I did at that age.
Well, you see, so Lowell wasn't the only one who made on there.
Yeah, it's true.
But what's all this bit with the sort of like the hands and Kama Sutra and stuff?
Again, I don't see all the touches. We get like the basic idea for it, and then Pat just like uses his imagination, I suppose. He just interprets it. He thought that when I was that age, I would do something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it about you?
You ought to do a follow-up interview with Pat about the Cure videos and why.
Watch this space. Yeah. But what led him to think that about you? Do you reckon?
I don't know. I insisted that. When I first started, when we did Boys Don't Cry, I used to get savagely criticised for not moving at all. I mean, I used to be immobile whenever I was in public. Oh, really? Right up until in fact, really until the group broke up around about 1982 and I went off and joined the Banshees, that sort of brought me out of my shell, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to stand like...
became a wild and crazy guy.
I thought even just moving my right hand to play the guitar was pretty demonstrative.
That's good. You prefer doing this to like magazine interviews and stuff like that?
It's infinitely
more fun.
Well, I think it's mainly to do because like you're being seen as well, see, and so you can like put across a personality when you're doing an interview with someone.
Words into your mouth.
No, if you were just sitting there and asking me questions and then you were going to go away and write what I said. It's like I don't know. It just all seems very convoluted, and usually it ends up with the interviewer trying to put across their perception of a person, so at least this way people can see firsthand how foolish everyone is.
Exactly, we're all fallible, aren't we? We all make mistakes, don't we, Michael? Well, anyway, this is the moment I've been waiting for. I mean, we're coming on to the fabbest video in space, so if you're going to make a cup of tea, don't. Just sit down, stay there. We've got Why Can't I Be There? Who's the Monkees fan?
We all are, I think, except for Paul. I don't think Paul really likes the Monkees. It was, what it started off being, this video, was just that we wanted to do a sequence dance. We wanted to be 5-star in this video to start off with. And this is what we thought that 5-star looked like, because none of us are very up with when we saw 5-star, we thought, grief, no, we don't look a bit like them. No, we just wanted to do some dance routines because we'd never tried it before, so it was and then it just turned into we were very self-conscious when we were practicing them, so we suggested to each other that maybe we should dress up this time. No, because we'd like, that it only has a certain limit, really, for what we can do. We couldn't really have very much social drinking on this video because it would have hampered the dance steps. In fact, it ended up that we did, and you can probably see, that we were... I mean, we're tighter than 5-star anyway. We don't look the same, but we're tighter. Boris definitely runs away with that video, though. He's the only one of us that doesn't look like they're on strings.
Who's the guy who gets flung about like a beetle?
Oh, yes, Lowellhurst, as you regard.
Lowellhurst. Who is Lowellhurst?
Lowellhurst, yeah.
But he also gets the Humpty Dumpty.
He gets persecuted in every single one of the videos. If you like, that's the theme that runs through them all. His constant persecution. I think it's glorious. Yeah, he had a strobe light strapped to him inside the Humpty Dumpty outfit, and it sent him completely berserk. It's good.
What, is he an epileptic?
He is now. Yeah.
Who set up the dance routines and that? I mean, all this like the Here We Come monkey stuff.
We sort of just did it between like we thought, you know, what do you used to see Pan's people doing, and we sort of figured worked it all out. And 5-star, yeah. We imagined like what 5-star would like to do. That was our premise of that video. In
fact, yeah, I think the first time I saw that, I thought I was looking at 5-star. I mean, you know,
I suppose she probably said, "Stedman, do you remember making this?" And he said, "No."
Well, I don't know. Was it Lorraine?
I don't know. I'm surprised I knew it.
You're not a closet 5-star fan, are you? I think we have a closet 5-star fan here in the studio.
Yes, it's my dream to meet them.
Yeah? Well, that can be done here on Night Network, of course, because nothing's impossible. Anyway, back to The Cure. Tell me, who's the guy who has the pig? That's
Paul, who was, well, we're all in various cousins. Yeah, he's got a Vietnamese pig called Desmond that is house-trained and that he claims is extremely intelligent and can read and write and all stuff, you know, like. He lives in a totally inaccessible place, so no one can ever prove him right or wrong.
Does Paul live in a totally inaccessible place?
Yes, in fact, most of the group live in totally inaccessible place, except for me.
Whereabouts do you live?
I live in London.
What, you don't live in a castle or anything?
No. I live in a basement.
You live in a basement?
Actually, I shouldn't point out my face. It's a very nice basement. It's bright white.
I thought that place in Catch, you know, the video Catch, I thought that was your pad.
Oh, yeah, that was my house.
That's your house on the Riviera,
that belonged to this 94-year-old woman harpist that used to... Yeah, is it called a harpist?
Well, I know you're stuck. You're going to jet off to that 98-year-old harpist's house again, though, aren't you?
Actually, she did love me, I must admit. She taught me how to play harp, you know.
Did she?
Yeah.
How long were you there for?
3 days.
You're a quick learner.
Yeah.
You're good at that sort of thing. No, but I mean, like, isn't it all like that with The Cure now? Now that you're sort of chart success, you've got this gig at Wembley.
Yeah, everything changes. The whole world changes. It becomes really colourful. Of course, it doesn't. Everything stays exactly
look up to those lights again. You've got that dazed look in your eyes.
The same. No, it doesn't really affect what we do as a group. I just like what we do just because I enjoy it. We're sort of lucky in that other people like it as well.
What does your music mean to you? I mean, is it quite a serious part of your life? And obviously it's a part of life.
Some of it is. I mean, the songs that are serious, and the songs that aren't. Yeah. I don't take the whole thing as... I've never really taken it that seriously because there's so much nonsense.
Where do you see them... Where do you think you're going to be going next? Where you're heading off to musically? Emotionally? Marriage?
I don't imagine so, no. Musically, I think that whatever we do next will be very different to anything that you've seen so far.
Well, it's always been like that, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, I only get motivated to do something if it's going to be different.